Hey Matt, so here we are, you're 100 episodes in. Who'd have thought that was going to happen when you started out all that time ago? I remember I was on one of your first 5 or 6 shows I think I was on. We stumbled our way through the interview. You told me when we were off air about the first one you'd done where you'd recorded the interview with, I think it was Joel, in your car at lunchtime, and you were editing it on your phone. And here we are now, 100 episodes later, so congratulations, well done to you. You set us a challenge this week. You asked us to get in touch with you and to tell you in video form exactly what it is that British baseball means to us. And to some people maybe that's a short answer, but for me, I'm not the kind of person who's often struggling for words, but it means so much to me I have to give it some proper consideration and try and put down in the right words exactly what it is that British baseball has given to me and what it means to me in my time. So I guess for me it's been a constant presence in my life since I was 14 years old. It's been an anchor point, it's been a distraction when I've needed it. It's been an outlet for the stresses that life throws at you. It's been a reset button. It's been a passport to travel in more recent years. I've made more friends than I could have ever hoped for. I got this really kind of dysfunctional extended family now. You know, I've got the guys of the Trojans, they're my brothers, and then there's all the cousins and uncles and aunts from around the game as well. I got people I look up to, people that I learn from. But for the purposes of this list, I'm going to single out a few people who I think, you know, are worthy of a mention, seeing as I've got the platform today. So Rob Alger is the first name I'll mention. He taught me so much about belief, about how hard work and about never accepting that you're beaten in any situation. He was the head coach for the Trojans when we enjoyed our most successful stint and the most successful part of my playing career. Also part of that team was Martin Godsoe. What more can be said about that guy? He played at an incredible level until he was 50 years old. He decided to step away from the game now. He's toying with a comeback here and there, but not pitching anything like as much as he used to. But what a guy he is. I need to mention J-Rod, Liam Carroll and Drew Spencer. In 2020, I was asked to get involved with the GB Under-18s program, and it's really opened my eyes to a whole layer of baseball that I didn't know existed. You know, I've had plenty of success over my career playing with the Trojans, but the introductions that I've got to guys like, you know, I've known Will for a long time, I suppose, but getting to work with him a bit closer, Will Linton, PK, Cam, Minnie, John Crammon, you know, I'm sure there are other people I'm missing out there, but these are people who just are so knowledgeable about the game, and they love sharing it. And the other thing about it is they're the most humble bunch of people. None of them think that they've got all the answers. They're all willing to learn. They all want to listen to different points of view, and they accept that. There's no right and wrong answer. There's different opinions, and it's been a great journey to be a part of. 2 people who will probably never hear this podcast I need to mention: Ron Stidham and Pat Clugston. They were the coaches for my junior team when I started out playing a long time ago. I wasn't the easiest kid to work with back then. You know, if you picture the ADHD poster child, you probably saw a picture of me at that age. But those guys found a way to work with me, to put up with me and the nonsense that I would throw in their direction. And they introduced me in a fun way to a game that, you know, to a game that really feels like home to me now. Damien Mullen and Dennis Grogan, 2 big hitting lefty Canadians who I played with in Preston. My first taste of senior baseball, and really learnt so much from those guys. Probably learnt more playing with those guys than I did at any other time in my career up until joining the GB program. I got to mention some of these brothers that I referred to before. You know, D&B, Paul Smith, 2 of my closest friends. I feel like we've grown in the game together. It's been a pleasure, absolutely every minute of it. Managed managed to share some travels with those guys too. J-Bax, what a guy. Only got to know him in 2017, but honestly, can't imagine life without him now. He invited me on the first Bucks trip, and what a guy he's been. Thank you very much, mate. I want to throw out some rivals. Ben Pearson, Luke Armstrong, and his dad Bruce, of course. The Oxford Kings, Manchester Rays, Hull. I need to mention in particular Gavin and Kevin, but Barry, what a guy. These are, we've had the Scorpions and the Trojans have gone head to head for years and years, and at the bottom of all the rivalry there was always respect, and it's fantastic that was able to go for so long. And now we've got the pretenders to the throne. We've got the Bruins, the likes of Josh, Kelly, Charlie, Neil, Jamie. They've got a really up and coming team there at the moment. Keep pushing us, lads. Keep pushing us. Your time will come, I'm sure of it. I've not yet mentioned John Carter somehow. His commitment to the game, is unrivaled. Really, he's managed to basically make it his life's work to create opportunities for people to play baseball in different countries who otherwise wouldn't. So many people: Chris Gary, Paul Mason, Harry, John Gill. I haven't mentioned yet. Angela, Emily, Shaz. So many people. I can't possibly remember everybody at this point in time. But that's the point. That's the wealth that has been brought into my life by British baseball. It's the people, it's the friends that I've made, it's the contacts, my comrades in the game, and without this game I would never have had those contacts. So I just want to say thanks to everybody for being a part of British baseball with me, and if I'm ever able to give back a fraction of what you guys have given to me over the years, then hopefully I'll leave the game a richer place than I found it all those years ago. You thought you got rid of me, but there's no chance I can get off this without mentioning one more person, and that is the man that made the Trojans possible, Norman Wells himself. He actually was a grandfather to Chris on the team, but really he was all of our granddads. He loved talking baseball with us. He loved sharing war stories with us. He loved a conversation with us about anything. A pint of bitter at the end of the game, dissecting the plays on the day. The guy was so sharp till the very end. It was a real privilege and an honour to play for Norman's Trojans. And we will always be Norman's Trojans. Time will go on and memories will fade, but we're going to make sure that his legacy continues on Merseyside in Liverpool, and we want the club to keep growing. And I feel like if there's one man who doesn't get the recognition that he deserves in this country, it probably is Norman. He just did so much. He was so committed to baseball from 1946 right through until he died in I think it was 2016. And he's just such a great man, and I think I just couldn't sign off without mentioning Norman. So I will leave it there now. Once again, thank you so much for doing this, Matt. Thank you for the podcast. Thank you for giving us all an opportunity to speak to a wider audience, giving us this platform, and keep doing what you're doing. We love listening. Thanks very much.